the show.
It's really nice having like a younger energy as well.
Also just makes me realize how old I am.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, this is such a generation gap. But isn't it nice?
Belly shirt.
Well, you can't see it. It looks like a tank top.
Be like, I'm so old, and then be that like.
Fuck off.
Whoa, okay, whoa, watch where you point that thing.
Pretty crazy. That was fun. That was like also my first time coming back to Calgary. We did episode 4 because we shot out of order, so I got to see Jeremy exactly where he was, which was nice.
Do you see that red button?
Yes.
Never use it.
It's such a great development. Like, I love where everybody's at in the time jump. It's just so crazy to see how much we've grown in like darker ways and in more mysterious ways, and then Wynonna has to play catch up with everybody. And in Jeremy's case, he's just like barely holding on to try and like balance all these forces that will destroy Purgatory. And then Wynonna enters and he's like, oh, this is only going to make this worse right now. I really love where he's at, and I think it adds like a complexity, a moral complexity to the character this season that's nice.
I'm excited to see it too.
God, I don't even know why I put that in there.
There's the constant
Please.
panic and second guessing I've missed.
Doc's been on both sides of the law so much, and Wynonna really hates law enforcement. So I think it's funny that they're at odds, where Doc has taken up the mantle of being a guy who's going to rob a stagecoach, and Wynonna is basically the guard on the stagecoach. But what I thought was so amazing about the way Mel and Tim played the scene is like they're both like mad at each other, but also kind of embarrassed, like because they've both been caught, right? Kind of like working for the man, like doing something sort of like Doc's doing it for Eamon and Wynonna's a driver for Black Badge. So they're sort of embarrassed, and they take that embarrassment and put it on the other person. And
forgive me if I'm wrong.
it's so funny. Like,
I'm pretty sure it got sexy.
it was very sexy.
Yeah, there was something closeness
It's
in a
super
van, the back
sexy.
of a van, if I'm remembering correctly, and something going on there.
I know you.
So the costume was like a latexy, plasticky bodysuit, and then they did makeup, which included like pieces of wool and like thread, and then they painted. Like, it was very involved, and it took a long time to get on the poor guy, and it was freezing. And he, God bless him, was trying to power through. And for Wynonna, he had to be like the scariest. For her, it was a psychological fear she had to the Reaper, because she could feel that there was like a distant, deep knowing between the two of them. And so for her, it was kind of just constantly like max fear. It was her max fear, which was exhausting to play, especially when we were battling the elements.
I am here, my love.
The problem with filmmaking, the process itself is a little bit crazy.
I thought that this maybe might look cool on you.
The two young actors are just lovely, Billy and Martina. It's really cool seeing them, you know, being a little younger and bringing that energy to the set.
My first week of filming has been amazing. It's been so great to meet the cast and the crew, and everyone was so welcoming, and my first day on set was just incredible because I had just watched the show, and so, you know, going into the homestead and seeing all that was just incredible, and it was so exciting.
It's been crazy to join this family. They're so tight-knit. I've only been here for a couple days. This is my first day shooting, but everybody is so nice. Everybody gets along so well, and I do understand why people call it a family, and it's been great so far.
Right hand back a bit and just open up the camera a tiny bit. There we go. And action.
Stay the hell away from her. No, don't hurt him. There's something wrong with him.
What's wrong is my family.
Poor guy, it's like his first day on set. We're like, okay, so we're just gonna like shove this like massive fake tooth in your mouth, like proper gross rubber thing all the way back. He's like gagging.
Pulling out my tooth was super weird. It was an insanely weird experience. It's the blood that they have is so sweet, like almost sickeningly sweet. The root of the tooth is so long that it's so far into my mouth that I was kind of gagging and pulling it out and trying not to vomit during the middle of the scene, which I think might add something, hopefully, to the performance.
I hope that a lot of the younger fans will be able to see themselves in those characters. The dynamic is a wicked addition.
Cut. Great. Awesome.
Really interesting storyline for 404 as we get to go onto the Clanton Ranch. We've got this really interesting relationship between Mam and Nicole. Some sort of sneaky deal has been done. Nicole has definitely agreed to do something she is really, really regretting, and I think sort of terrified about the ramifications of what she's kind of set in motion.
It's time for you to deliver. Stay away from us.
I am really loving that storyline, to get to see them go on the ranch, to meet the family, to realize that they're Clantons, to realize they're all connected. And then, of course, this cliffhanger at the end of 404 where Mam opens this jar and this weird smoke sort of envelops Nicole. I'm super intrigued to see what that is, what she did, what's going to happen to her. And basically what she's gotten herself into. So very intrigued, especially at the end of 404, to see where we're going from there.